Buddy, welcome back to the 30 Minutes of Fame podcast. Today, I am joined by someone I haven't stopped watching in the last 7 days. I'll admit that. I was scrolling TikTok late at night and this AI Arnold Schwarzenegger thing came up. And then the next one I scrolled was James here, the Govournator. And my mind was blown, man. Everyone that was my girlfriend was listening with me. She's like, "No, that's AI." I'm like, "No, look at him. It's not." And yeah, so here we are. Welcome to my show.
How's it going?
It's going amazing. So let's just skip right to it. Let's bring in your Arnold voice here, and we're just gonna do this Arnold interview as if I'm talking to Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger himself.
Okay, let me get into it. Okay, 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 okay. We're here. Look at that. It is so simple. It's like you channeled it. It is right there.
So how long have you been doing this? How did you discover you could do this?
You
And
know, it is pretty crazy. Okay, I was a young boy, maybe 16 years old. I had a coworker. His name was Declan. Okay, we worked at the Pizza Hut. The one with the little hat on there. And this crazy story. Declan was always making these crazy sounds. Okay, he was out there. He would go like "Rah, down, rah," and just all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, "Hey, Declan, stop it!" And he would not stop. And I'm like, "You know what? I'm going to steal your voice." So I went up one day. I got home on my computer. I loaded up E-Bomb's World, and I looked up all the great, fantastic Arnold lines, and I just sat there on my computer, and I was like, "You know what? I could do that." And so I looked at his lines, and I started with the classic one of "You son of a bitch," and I just kept saying the line over and over and over like it was a rep, like I was working out, and it was super fantastic. And I learned how to say his little lines like "no" and "yes" and "yeah." And I started understanding his little, intricacies that he would say. And then I started talking normal because everyone goes crazy. They go all these crazy lines of "screw you, panic you to the chopper," and they go crazy. But I'm like, I want to talk as if I was talking to my wife, Maria, at the time, not the housekeeper. I wanted to talk to Maria. And so I was like, what would he sound like if he's like talking to his child? Or, maybe like a friend or something. Like he doesn't go crazy all of the time. No, he's a normal guy. So that is the story of how it started. It all started with Declan at Pizza Hut.
I gotta ask you, man, I used to be a big fan of these. Back when the internet first started, the first thing I spent hours and hours and hours on was when I discovered the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard. And it was people would do prank calls and press this button and be like, "Who's your daddy and what does he do?" You could have your own soundboard. Like, I don't know if you remember those, or I don't know how old you
Yes,
are,
it'd
but
be who is your daddy and and what does he do? And they'd be like, "No, you're not my daddy." And then they would go crazy, and then they would think they're talking to the Arnold, and there's just a soundboard.
so, so was it always the singing, or did it just start just doing the impersonations? And when did you post your first online video with the singing? What song was it?
So my first song singing was 2006 on YouTube, and it was Bohemian Rhapsody. It was one of the first videos I ever posted, and it was great. I did the whole, starting in the beginning, and that was really fun. And it was not really like crazy everything singing. It was just more talking and having a good time. But then when I started getting on the TikToks, after the COVID and all the crazy stuff, and that's when I started being like, you know what, I can do this live and do karaoke. I can carry a small tune, and a little Austrian tune. And so I was like, of course, I'm going to do this right now. So I just had some fun on TikTok lives.
You know what's funny is I discovered for some reason I've never posted a video of it online, but I used to go to karaoke and get really drunk, and I had to get drunk to sing. It was kind of a sickness, but people just thought I was a funny guy. But I was at a little pub, a little Irish pub in Newfoundland, and the Shaggy was in town giving out an award for the Junos, for the Canadian, like the Canadian Emmys or whatever you would, Canadian Music Awards. And They had a Shaggy impersonation contest. So you picture this big 300-pound white Irish guy getting up
Uh,
and starting to sing Shaggy in a bar full of Irish people and Newfoundlanders. I'm like, I'm going to try it. So I did it, and somehow I won. I won a $250 bar tab. So then for the next 20 years, one of my best friends is from Kingston, Jamaica. And he came in the karaoke one night with like 30 people from Jamaica. They're all in town from a wedding. So it's like a bar full, it's an Irish pub, so it's mostly Irish people there. But he comes over to me and I see all of his family sitting on the corner. He's like, Dave, Dave, you got to get up and do your shaggy voice for my family. I'm like, what? No. But I did it. And God, I ended up having about 40 Heinekens bought for me. They're like, his little aunt came up. She's like 4 foot nothing. She's like, oh, child, you sound like you're right from the island. I'm like, well, my mailman was Jamaican. So
That
that
is
one came to me
great.
by accident. I don't know. Maybe you got to be careful, but maybe I'll post a TikTok doing it someday. I don't know.
Yes, you get the little peach schnapps in there, and then see it wasn't me. It was Shaggy.
Yeah. Well, I've been sober 3 years now, so I don't even know if I could do it sober. But
Maybe they have the virgin version of that, like a little just have peach and then say it's schnatz. This is right. Yes.
so we were chatting before, and a goal of you is to have a just a cigar with Arnold Schwarzenegger himself.
Not just any cigar, I want to have a stogie. Just a big fat stogie, maybe a little bit of, maybe like some type of famous spirit that he likes to drink, or even work out with him, and see how we could have some, do some workouts together. He's a great inspiration, he's just really great about caring about his body, and it is super fantastic. Yes.
Man, he interacts with a lot of people on Twitter, on X, it's called now. But a friend of mine, he's on the east coast of Canada. He started at over 440 pounds, and he's down 80 so far. And when he was just getting into it, I had sent out a repost, and I tagged Arnold in it. And then all of a sudden, he's giving him a shout out. He gave him a follow. He sent him up on his Pump Club app. And he doesn't want nothing. He didn't want a pat on the back. It's just real shit, right? And that's how you know when shit is real.
Yes.
And I was telling you before as well, I had a poster of me and a picture of my kid when I was like almost 400 pounds, and she wanted to race me home. And then we put a picture of us working out at the gym when I lost 150 pounds at that point. And he reposted it and called me a real action hero, which was the coolest shit. My daughter had no idea who he is because she's only 11 now. She was like 8. She's like, oh, that's cool. The guy that talks funny. But so now I'm gonna play her this episode and like, look, he also sings, and he sings your favorite songs. But that being said, do you have any Arnold Taylor Swift songs in your regiment?
Arnold Taylor Swift, What is the good ones? I can pull up some of the lyrics of some of the great ones. Do you have any preferences? Maybe some of the
Her favorite
classics?
song is Love Story, and if I play
Love
that for her,
Story.
she'll think Arnold Schwarzenegger was singing Love Story.
Isn't that a newer one?
No, it's a few years old, I think.
Love Story by Taylor Swift. I don't know if I remember that one. I had to think of how it goes. Love Story.
He wears short skirts, he wears something.
Oh, let me see.
Even.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now.
Not that I know that song or anything.
No, it sounds like you know it very well. I'm seeing if it was something there. I'm looking at the lyrics of it. I forget how the chorus goes. Let me see if I can play it real quick. 1 second. Let me find this right now. This is going to be great. Ah,
Didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
it is not the problem. No. Oh, I know this song. Okay, we'll do this. Yes. Give me 1 second. We'll get this going right now. Okay, let me find the chorus. We're almost there. It is going to be great. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby. Just say yes.
Yes.
Just say
Yes.
yes. This is great.
I didn't know if we were supposed to hear the music on that or not, but it was beautiful. It was just
I
popping
heard
out.
it in my headphones. I can play it in both,
No.
but I don't know. I think there's an echo on your side.
Well, that was beautiful. I'll be playing that to her after. I'm like, hey, look at this. I won't even let her see the screen. I'd be like, I had Arnold Schwarzenegger on my podcast, and he's a Swiftie. She's gonna
That
lose
would
her
be
mind.
great. Yes, of course. The
She'd
little
be telling her
Swifties.
friends at school that she got the coolest dad in the world was talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they'd be like, "Who was that? 6'7"?"
6'7". That is great.
I don't get it, man. Whenever she says 6'7", I just start singing 8675309, and she thinks it's the she calls it so cringe,
That
but she has no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
is great. Yes,
So you are not only a singing Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator, you're 6'8". Holy crap!
that is correct. And 330 pounds. It is. I am up there.
So when
This
you're at
is
karaoke doing Arnold karaoke, what's your go-to song that makes people go crazy?
one of my favorite ones. Is you got you say he's just a friend.
Love
By
that.
the Bismarcky.
I
That
love
is
that
one of my
song.
favorites. It is super fantastic. You go, yo, you got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, and you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, yo! And it is like, at the end of the night, you with the people, everybody's singing. It is going to super fantastic, and it's like everyone's been in that situation in the friend zone, and then she's trying to hook up with the other guy, the real man, and you don't want to be that guy. And everyone there have been that guy, in the corner is he's talking about that guy.
That's actually one of my favorite songs of all time. I don't know why. Just don't know. It's that like it's my like playlist and the songs I'm finding on your TikTok is like, holy, get out of my head. Get out of my head, James Governator. It's that the Living on a Prayer. Um, You Give Love a Bad Name, and then it goes the Boys the Men, and then there was the Pink Pony Club that would just kill me. Especially I'm in Alberta, so the Edmonton Oilers last year when they made the Stanley Cup Finals, that was their kind of that song was just implanted in our brains for like 2 months, and it.
That is great.
So if you want to do that Biz Markie song, however much of it you want to do on here,
Yeah, of course. Let
it,
me
it,
see if I can configure this to where you can hear everything in a super fantastic way.
yeah, that would
Because
be
that is very important. Um, I bet you what I can do. I have a great idea. Yes, I have a great idea. So you can keep asking me questions while I set this up because I have to download it and it's going to be very simple, but I have
yeah.
to download it first. So go ahead and ask me the next question. We'll keep talking while I do this.
So, bit of a serious question. I have music's been kind of my mental health escape for like 25 years. When I couldn't sleep, even now, if I still get mild panic attacks or PTSD coming back at me, I late night scroll and I look for either stupid shit or music. Sometimes I get both. Sometimes I get stupid shit that's amazing shit. That's how we're talking right now.
Yes.
But how big is music for your mental health?
Music is huge. It is the healing thing that is, you don't need to know language. You don't need to know, words. It is something that somebody makes you feel with a tone. It's like you can hear emotion, you can hear passion, you can hear seriousness, you can hear sadness, you can hear happiness. There's everything in the tone. There is just something beautiful about all those tones when they are combined with the right harmonies and the tunes. And of course, when you hear it all, it's just beautiful. It goes through your ear holes, and it is like getting a nice little workout in your ear. It is great.
I love it. I've had, I think you're my 54th episode. I've had people on here that have defeated cancer, that have defeated years of sexual abuse, addiction, recovery. I've had about 30 musicians on here, and it's just I've never had them both at the same time. It's so cool. And then me being such a big Arnold fan and the connection there, man. I'm not ashamed to admit I've been watching it like 1 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep, and I'm just going back and forth, and they freaking kill me. So I'm gonna do my best. I don't know if they make Arnold Schwarzenegger at least watch our episode, at least watch a few of your songs and make because you're in the same state. I mean, come on, however that be, because you don't even know how close you could be.
Yeah, in crazy California, this great state of where he was the governor, which is how I got my name. Because in one of the things he said it was the Govournator, and so I was like, Govournator, that is going to be my name. Because I do the Arnold, and it is great, and that is super fantastic.
You
So,
know what's kind of funny is that so I used to run a charity for the military, so I had a lot of celebrity followers, and I don't like the name drop or anything, but there was nights when I used to get pretty intoxicated. And one night this is when he was still with his wife Maria. I drunk texted her at 3 o'clock in the morning and asked her how come Arnold wasn't going to be in the new Terminator movie. So I made my password really, really hard on everything online so that I could no longer go in and drunk text anybody. But that's a lesson I learned about putting lots of symbols in my passwords and stuff that are drunk people safe. But I don't drink anymore now for 3 years and a couple months, so I'm safe from that. But
well, you know what? I think I got it loaded up here.
awesome.
Let me get this going, and let me see if I can do this. So I'm gonna switch my headset to this one. This is my studio one. I
Okay.
need you to give me a heads up if you can hear it, the music, okay? All right. Wow, this sounds so much better. This is crazy. 1 second. Let me pull this up on the get the zoom back up so I can see your beautiful face. Let us see here. Okay. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music. You hear my voice, I know that, but you hear that?
No,
You don't hear that?
no.
Okay, we're going to figure this out. Let's see the hyper cloud,
I
the
can always
loop
pause
back.
this and edit it in
You
too.
know what? I know exactly what it is going to be. I found it, I think. Yes. All right, here we go. Um, I think it's this one. Tell me if you hear this. 1 second. Still no?
Still no.
That is crazy. We're going to find this music right now. It is on here. I know it. All right.
See,
Because
I'm
it
not
is
even gonna edit this out because the
also
comments still in
playing,
the Arnold
maybe
voice are.
because it is going crazy. Let us see here. All right. Um, that is so crazy. It should be going great, but for some reason it does not want to play. All right. Um, let me see there. That one. It's on the loopback. It should be playing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Does
no, I
you
don't
hear
hear
that?
anything. Oh, do you have
Yeah, this is crazy. Huh. Let
is
me
your
see if I
original
can
sound for musicians off up top?
maybe a sound system. You know what? That's what we'll do. Yes, here's what we'll do.
Because
Let
it's
me
probably the
do
mic
this.
filtering out the music.
Um, play this to the sound system. Can you hear that?
If you hover over the screen where it says original sound for musicians, because I know what's
Hear
happening.
that
I like
better?
Zoom filters it out, so you need to go into audio settings and turn on
That
original
better?
sound for musicians. No, now I can't hear anything.
Right. That is weird. Huh. It's maybe filtering out for some reason.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Let's see here. Well, you know what I can do is you can put the music in the background because I can go straight to the beat and it'll still play.
Okay.
Let me just get it on the air, and I can send you the karaoke version. You know, 1 second. Okay, I can hear it now from me, but start this over. All right. I think we're going now. Yes. That is so crazy. It is not working.
You know what I could do is just if they're on your TikTok,
But you wanted you to wait. Let me tell you a story of my situation. I was talking to this girl from the US nation. The way that I met her was on tour. She had long hair and a short miniskirt. I just got on stage, dripping pouring with sweat. I was walking through the crowd, and guess who I met? I whispered in the ear, come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you're under proof. I asked her her name. She said, blah, blah, blah. She had 19 pants and a very big bra. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, how do you like the show? She said, I was very amused. I started throwing bass. She started throwing back mid-range. But then I spun the question. She acted kind of strange. Then when I asked, do you have a man? She tried to pretend. She said, no, I don't. I only have a friend. Come on, man. I'm not even going for it. This is what I'm going to sing. You know what? Joe, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Joe, got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Screw you! Get to the chopper, go! All right, let me put on these other headphones.
that was amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
That was amazing. And you know, I could kind of hear the music in the background, so I think it's perfect. It's like a cappella. And then
I'll send you
what I'll
the
do for the
karaoke of it.
yeah for the third clip, I'm just gonna edit in the Pink Pony Club from your TikTok into this video,
That
and
would be
then
awesome. Yes,
um okay, two more questions, and then we can wrap up here.
of course.
Anybody out there watching this that's struggling with their mental health, or you just send a message just so someone doesn't give up, what would you say with your open mic here?
You know, I had somebody recently message me. He was having really big problems, and this was on the TikToks as well. He had very big problems. His parents had passed away. He was very sad, you know, feeling very depressed, and he's dealing with a lot of death in his family. And he told me that, you know, coming to my channel and seeing, you know, just the positivity, people singing and having a good time, and you know, the time I took to talk to him, that was really important to him, and it meant a lot, and it took him out of a very, very dark place. And so if it's just that one person that, you know, got something from that, and it took them out of that place, out of that funk, you know, that is all that matters. And now he comes back from time to time and just talks about his memories and says thank you so much for that. And I always acknowledge the fact that he's in there, and I say hello, you know. And it is a great feeling to be the person to take someone out of that and get out of that funk, you know, because when people are feeling down, you never know it is going to pick them back up. So it was a good feeling. Yes.
I love it, man. I'm so happy I caught you popped up on my For You page. Some of the stuff I get come up there, I can't even look at it. But just keep being a light, man. You're a light in the Twitter, in the TikTok fog, and that's what you're the lighthouse. People like you that I find that you're all lighthouses in the fog. I've had some people doing amazing things, helping people with recovery. Just I had a guy on here that's beat cancer 3 times and won 3 powerlifting world championships.
Wow.
So I freaking love doing this, and then I'm gonna edit in your Pink Pony Club to this episode at the end here. But I've got one question left for you, and I want this answered in the most ultimate Red Bull Arnold voice possible.
Of course.
But all right, a 100-meter pigeon carrying contest. How many pigeons do you think you could carry meters and still have in your arms at the finish line.
Okay, do I get to have the pigeon feeder food?
You can do whatever you
Okay,
like.
this is going to be super easy. All right, listen to me. I'm going to get all of these pigeons. I'm going to put some bird feed all over my arms and look like that lady from Home Alone, you know, that has all the pigeons all over her. And I'm going to have them like stick it to my skin so I can probably have, I would say, 200 birds on me. That movie Birds is going to have nothing on me. And I'm going to do that 100-meter dash in 8 seconds with all those pigeons on me because they're going to give me the wings. I'm going to fly away, like to get into the chopper. It is going to be super fantastic. Yes, it would be great.
You are now the number one answer of all 54 of my episodes.
Yes, that
There
is
was a
great.
little small Colombian lady that was 4 foot nothing, said she was going to duct tape, but she only had 150. Your answer is 200, so you're the new leader.
Well, you know, I am numero uno, always.
All right, so if you're watching this, go in the description. I'm going to put all the Govournator's links in here, and you can laugh and just keep being positive, man. Thanks you so much
Yeah,
for coming on me. This was freaking awesome. And
of course.
now I've got to go listen to that "You Just Need a Friend" song. And
I think I have that on there. If not, I will put it on very soon.
awesome. All right,
All
everyone,
right.
don't forget to like, subscribe, notifications, all that cool shit my daughter tells me to say, and be sure to go follow this guy, and you'll get some laughs.
Yes.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone. If you're out there struggling, just don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. Get some.
I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. Here's Santa Monica, I swear it's calling me. Won't make my mama proud, it's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream, God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh mama, I'm just having fun. On the stage in my heels, it's where I belong. Down at the Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. How'd I do? I think that's the first time ever. My lungs, what's going on? And I said, I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, quick to the chopper, go, run! What's going on? This is the best part right here. Oh gosh. All right, what, we living on a prayer?